Dad, we have just begun to mend our estranged relationship after 16 long years. Amending our relationship has been a long time coming, but I've had difficulty bringing myself to do it. As I have grown older and wiser, I've realized that the mistakes that you have made were inherently wrong, and these mistakes have made me angry for so long, but are more complicated than I could understand when I was young. It's a hard reality when you realize your parents are not insulated from the rest of the world's problems. I now realize, throughout my childhood, that you were trying to show me how ugly the world was, while still trying to protect me from feeling the world's ugliness. You wanted to give me the truth without losing my, at times, naive light. For example, the long drives you took me on through the park where you used to hang out as a teenager, but also experienced police officers harassing you there when you were just trying to stay out of the streets. The place that you learned to swim and play basketball, which kept you out of trouble. Pointing out drug addicts on the streets that were your former classmates because you wanted me to know where your life could have been and how the people you hang out with and the choices you make can lead you down the wrong path. Showing me the house you lived in with all your siblings, which you helped pay for by dropping out of high school since you were the oldest of your siblings. You took on the responsibility of the father in the household because yours left and refused to claim you or your siblings. The strict rules about no stealing ever because you had to do this for survival for your family when you were growing up. The private schools you placed me in far away from where you grew up so I could gain access to opportunities that were stolen away from you the moment you were born a black man in the inner city. You were telling stories and giving me life lessons in the best way that you knew how. Now all of these things are not an excuse for the many mistakes you made, but give me the bigger picture, which I neglected to see. The expectation for you to be perfect was unfair. Being perfect in an unfair and unjust world is an expectation that no one could ever reach. So, I want to say that I'm sorry for all the years that we lost and the special moments that I didn't include you in. You instilled family over everything, and I broke that rule when I chose not to have a relationship with you for so long. That was the mistake that I made, and I hope you can forgive me over time. My mistakes were complicated much like yours. It's going to take a lot of hard work and honesty on both our ends to mend our relationship. You were a strong black man who raised me to be a strong black woman, and I have you to thank for that. The strength, integrity, and values that you gave me came from all of your life lessons learned. You only wanted a better life for me than you had. I want you to know that I think I have far exceeded your hopes for me in ways you didn't even imagine. It was you who got me there, even in our distance. All this time, I was waiting for an apology from you, but in fact, it was me who needed to say, thank you. I love you, and I'm sorry. You're a baby girl.